Let's make a deal. You use your phone for 2 hours a day, every single day, but it costs you 1 month out of the year. That's a terrible trade. Nobody would ever make that deal. Except everybody already is. You see, 2 hours a day, every single day, for an entire year is the equivalent of 1 month. 30 days and some change. It gets even worse the more math you do. The average American spends 3.9 hours per day on their phone, on social media. That's almost 60 days. That's 2 months out of the year that you're spending scrolling through your phone, liking pictures that you're going to forget tomorrow, just filling your mind with useless content that isn't going to help you at all. We're taking years off our life, experiences that we aren't having, relationships that we aren't building, opportunities that we are missing because we're spending that time scrolling through our phone. Take into account how hard it is to actually make it in today's world, and we're spending more time doom scrolling than we are learning a new skill, or working on our mental and physical health, or creating relationships that will last a lifetime. At this point, you might as well start smoking cigarettes because it has about the same impact on your life. We may live longer than our parents and our grandparents, but the amount of time that we spend our life living is lower than both of them. Look, I'm not ignorant. I know that we need technology in order to do our jobs and to function day to day, but unless you're in manual labor, you're probably sitting at a desk in front of a computer screen all day. And I know that there's nothing we can do to avoid that. That's how my job works. Hell, with Zoom, we might not even talk to people face to face anymore. I understand these limitations, but that's more the reason that you should limit your screen time when you are capable of doing it. Watching the game or watching Netflix with your significant other on a Friday night isn't inherently bad. It's when it becomes intrusive in your day-to-day life. Watching a YouTube video isn't bad, especially if it's mine. But if you're going on YouTube and you're watching the same content over and over again, talking about the same points and the same topics over and over, then what utility is that providing to your life? Or even if it's not productive, like if it's a sitcom that you've seen so many clips of that you've seen the whole show at this point, or if it's a prank video or whatever, is that time spent watching that really better than time spent in real life? The obstacle that I see with this is that everybody's doing it. If I do manage to step back from my phone, who am I going to spend my time with if everybody's got their head up their phone's ass? That's why it's important to be the one to take charge and take the lead. It reminds me of that South Park episode where Cartman has anxiety and they're all wearing the box on their head and they're all in their own little world, and PC principal and the vice principal go out with their kids and then it can actually be in public because nobody's paying attention to them and no one gives a shit. It's kind of like that, but real.
Well, I'm feeling like the luckiest man alive.
Imagine you're in a horizontal line, shoulder to shoulder with people as far as the eye can see. Everybody's looking down at a screen, completely locked in. You take a step back. The first thing that you realize is that they are detached from reality, and that moments ago, that was you. You look down to your left and you look down to your right, and you see other people who step back into reality just like you. There's not a lot of them, but now they stick out and they're hard to miss. That's going to be the hard part, is that there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be in a detached reality, and a lot of people don't want to give that up. So you need to find the people who are like you, who don't care about the validation and the dopamine and the serotonin that they're going to get from their detached reality on their phone every day. When it comes to social media, we just post things for validation. If you can just roll in and post your picture or your story and roll right out and go live your life, then more power to you. But most of us don't operate like that. We have to look at who liked our photos, how many likes it got, how many views our video got. We have to go and see who looked at our Snap story like it has any significance whatsoever. I'm sorry I had to be the one to tell you this, but that person that you're crushing on, that you're constantly checking your Instagram or Snapchat story to see if they viewed it, doesn't really care. the odds are they probably have a gajillion stories and they're probably just tapping through them as fast as they possibly can. Which brings me to my next point. Mute your stories. That person you went to high school with that went to the beach today, good for them. But why do you care? That friend you had in college that got a Fortnite dub and posted it on their story, no one cares. You definitely don't care. Look, no one gives a shit. Think of all the stories that you looked at yesterday, and can you even recite one of them? Probably not, because you really don't care. And you definitely don't care enough to sacrifice a month out of the year to scroll through those stories for 2 hours. We go on the apps for a serotonin and dopamine boost, and then we wonder why we're depressed and anxious all the time when we aren't living in a fake reality. It's time that we take a step back into the real world. It's time that we start taking our time and appreciating it. It's time we stop making stupid trades of 2 hours to 4 hours a day on our phone to sacrifice a month or two out of our year. It's time we start taking those 2 hours and maybe going to the gym and working on our physical health and our mental health. Maybe we take that time to learn a new hobby, speak a new language, play an instrument, read a book. There's so many things that we can do with our time. The relationships that we have, we're in a loneliness epidemic, and it's because even though we're more connected than we've ever been, we don't actually talk to people. We're scared to talk to strangers. We're scared to answer the phone. Hell, we order pizza online because we're scared to call the pizza guy to make an order. So much of this stems from us living in a false reality on our phones. And I'm not telling you what to do or how to live your life, but I can tell you that I cherish my time on this planet. I cherish my time with my family, with my friends. I always make this analogy where the girls go to brunch and then they gotta take 80 pictures to tell everybody that they went to brunch, and nobody really gives a shit. But I'll hang out with the boys for 6 hours on a Friday night and I will completely forget that I have a phone in my pocket. That's usually why guys don't take good pictures or they don't have group pictures, because they literally don't give a shit. They're living in the moment. They don't need that validation because they already got it from their friends. There's so much more to life. There's so much to explore. I don't want to work till I'm 69 and a half to access my retirement. I want to put in the work now, learning the skill sets to help me retire in half that age, so I can spend time with my kids and have a family and reach success and reach my potential and not be on my deathbed with any regrets. We all complain about how there's not enough time in the day, but we're literally scrolling it away. So today, I challenge you to use your time wisely, to give yourself that time back and reach your full potential, because you do have time. It's all about how you use it. Not everybody has the patience. Not everybody is willing to make the sacrifice. Not everybody's willing to do what others won't. In this case, it's okay to be different, because you're going to live more than everybody else in the end.
We missed everything because we were on our phones.
I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps me out a ton. If you're new here, my name is Matt. I talk about my journey through life and try to teach you a thing or two to help you become the best version of yourself. I also go on a couple philosophical rants here and there. If you like my content, you like videos like this, hit subscribe so you don't miss a new video. And please share my video if you think people would resonate with this message. It would mean the world to me. I hope you're doing well, and until next time, God bless.